Hello, my beauties. How are you all doing out there in the world? I am so excited to be able to offer this in audio and in video. This all came about so beautifully organically, as it always does, and I am so excited to just be able to do this. Somebody asked me onto their podcast and I had to download a new app, and now I have just sort of naturally kind of learned how to put this on here. So this is wonderful. I have missed you guys so much. And to be here face to face, so to speak, it's a wonderful experience for me. It's so much nicer than just talking into the ether. I have honestly missed this so much, but a little break was absolutely necessary. As you know, as this podcast is all about, we're all about the self-care here and taking care of everything that needs to be done, always keeping your cup full and overflowing if you can. And when you can't, something's going to have to give. And this was a perfect time for a nice season break between season 1 ending in July and season 2 beginning now. And I'm so excited. I've got some amazing guests for you guys coming up. We've done some recordings already. I've got some people lined up to do some recordings. I've got some really fascinating people coming on, and I've had some amazing discussions that have just inspired me. They've blown my mind. They've expanded my mind. I'm just so proud to have been involved with these people. And I've been on a couple of podcasts myself. I've gone on 2 now recently. This is like a whole new thing for me. I've never done that before in my life. And it felt so strange being on the absolute other side of it. You know, it's one thing for me to have someone or interview someone or have a chat with you guys, but to be on the other side of it where someone was kind of talking to me and questioning me and had all these curiosities about me, it was a really surreal experience, but I loved every second of it. I think it is actually just safe to say I love podcasting. I seem to love it in all capacity and in every single which way that it can be held. So that will be coming out soon. You'll see, if you're connected to my Facebook, you'll notice that I put those up when they've been released. As soon as they go live, I will let you guys know. So what have I been up to this time during this break? Generally speaking, I think this year's been kind of rough on everyone. I think we can all kind of raise our hands and say, yeah, do you know what? This has been hard. It's been a really weird year. It shouldn't have been as hard as it felt like it was, but it really was. And so I just took the time to try and kind of zone back in a little bit. I was getting very overwhelmed by everything. It was getting quite noisy, quite chaotic, quite hard to keep up with. So the break was necessary just to, take the time, come back into the zone, come back stronger and better and more prepared, and going at it from a different angle of recording with the guests first has been like a lovely sort of segue back into it without even necessarily meaning to. It's been absolutely delightful. It really has. So I wonder how you guys are doing out there. I'm so curious. If you want to comment or get in touch, please let me know. I would love to know how you are doing. We now officially have 22 countries listening, which is amazing. Like so many countries around the world tuning in is just absolutely fantastic. For something that for me was just almost like a silly little pipe dream that I didn't even really know what a podcast was 2 years ago, wanting to make one, but not really knowing what I would want to speak about or what anybody would want to listen to either. This has been just the most wonderful journey for me. Learning so much, especially from like a techie point of view, things that I'm really usually quite rubbish at, but having to figure it out so that I could put these episodes out. Learning so much from my amazing guests and from the people that listen as well. We had the second birthday was in November. So unfortunately, from like an actual episode perspective, I did miss doing one on its second birthday, but I still celebrated it myself in my mind and in my heart. Very, very proud that even though at that moment I wasn't actually on live, it was still just wonderful to know that it has been running for 2 years and it has been listened to for 2 years. So I am eternally grateful to all of you for doing that for me. And I'm pretty sure you can tell that I'm just absolutely ecstatic to be back doing it. This video thing is absolutely baffling me at the same time as exciting me and just amazing me and astounding me. I mean, I think I might be sounding a little bit my age at the moment, that I am so in awe of the fact that, you know, a video podcast exists in the world. But there we go. It's just, yeah. So we are approaching the wonderful, most magical time of the year, the time when everything is just so beautiful and lit up with Christmas lights, and we spend time with family and friends, and we party and we wear lovely glittery clothing and we give gifts and we eat and drink a lot. But as we all know, just because it is a beautiful time of year does not mean that it doesn't become overwhelming and just a little bit too much. I think it's safe to say that from a consumer point of view, media point of view, it's kind of turning into a little bit of a over the top shit show. So I kind of wanted to check in with you guys on my first episode back, that, you know, how are you doing out there? How are you managing and how are you coping? It's almost like a higgledy-piggledy time of year, this one. It can be such a blessing on the one hand and so beautiful and so fabulous and wonderful, and you want it and you want to enjoy it. You want to enjoy yourself. And then on the other hand, it can just be too much. Maybe it is too overwhelming, too much lights, too much noise, too many people. You know, sometimes it can just be a little bit, sorry, my light's just gone out, a little bit too much peopling, you know, simple. And I'm here to remind you, as much as I did in the first year that I did the podcast, that I'm here as your reminder, whether you are watching the video or whether you are listening to the audio, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world or whether Christmas is actually part of your tradition, but just to let you know that you are enough and everything that you are doing right now is enough. It's enough for your children, and it is enough for your family, and it's enough for yourself as well. Don't let the world convince you that you are not doing enough right now. Because truthfully, Christmas or not, all we need is love. All we need is each other and each other's love and company and kindness. Hugs and kisses if we can have them. Gifts are not needed. They're nice. They're really nice. I mean, nobody would say no to a gift. But they're not as necessary as we are convinced that they are. Kids love love. They love attention. They love your time. They love you doing stuff with them and making memories with them. The gifts is, again, it's consumerism that is sold to the children to make them believe that they need things this badly. The truth is all they need is you and your time and your love and your affection and your attention. It's a difficult time of year, generally speaking, especially from a UK perspective, because the winter sets in so heavy and so hard for us. It's so dark and dim and grim and grey and that it's just depressing. It really is. You can be the most cheerful person and you can be the most positive, upbeat person. It doesn't really knock that feeling on the head. You know, it is really grim here. We haven't seen sunshine for even though it's like not hot, you know, like we haven't seen a stitch of sunshine for ages. And it kind of messes with your mind, you know. There's a reason why seasonal affective disorder is actually a real thing. You know, it's a very, very real form of depression, we don't cope very well like this. Our circadian rhythm doesn't cope very well like this. We're not really intended for this much gloom. But here's the crux of the beauty of it, is winter is there for a reason. All the seasons are there for a reason. And winter is our time of reflection. It's our time for quietude and solitude and peace, reflection and looking inwards. And it's our time for rest and recuperation as well. So although in modern times now, December, Christmas, is a time for us to party and go mad and spend lots of time with people and loads of late nights and loads of bad food and so on. Way back, obviously that just wasn't a thing. So it was all about resting and basically self-care, just in a far more simple format. It was all about reminding yourself that winter is for us to just recoup back so that we can come and spring forward and bloom in the summer and harvest in the autumn. I think it's very difficult for us in the UK specifically. I say the UK because of the weather and because of how dark and grim it is. But it's very difficult to get through winter without feeling that oppression and that doom and that gloom and that ugh kind of feeling on a daily basis. That we need to kind of remind ourselves that you can't keep looking backwards and being sad that it's not summer. Don't regret that it's not summer. Don't hate on it that summer's gone. There's no point. Actually, you're just torturing yourself. You literally are just making yourself feel shittier that it's not the right time of year for nicer things. Instead, try to, as best you can, try to embrace yourself completely and fully in the fact that winter is all about rest, relaxation, and recuperation. And this time is all about preparing. So consider it kind of like our hibernation. Okay, we spend a lot of time indoors in the winter anyway, no matter where we go. But it is that time for us to just burrow in. So although December tends to go a bit mad, and then we obviously have New Year's and, but January in particular hits really, really hard afterwards, financially, emotionally as well, depending on what kind of Christmas you've had. Maybe it's just been too much. Maybe there wasn't enough. Maybe you were lonely. Maybe it was just too many people. So it can be all over the place, and people's emotions are very much the same. They can be very all over the place. Financially, we are ruined. Everyone's ruined. No one has got a penny between them to scratch because we have just blown it all in 1 month, feeling that we had to spend that amount of money. Mentally, we're exhausted, absolutely exhausted. We've got nothing rejuvenating us and making us feel stronger or lighter. Nothing is lighting us up. Nothing is making us feel better. We're not getting any sunshine. We're not getting any vitamin D from it, and so on and so forth. And you're just depleted, absolutely depleted. So you are physically exhausted. You are mentally exhausted. You are emotionally ruined, financially fucked. So we walk into January with just this drudge of like, ugh, oh my God. And the thing is, this is actually the time when what we should be doing is sort of like stepping into ourselves and just, it's almost like the equivalent. Imagine January as a hoodie. It's like the equivalent of just putting your hood up, snuggling in, bringing it in around yourself, just cozy yourself into it. Think of January as your emotional hoodie. Put a hashtag on that. And, just it's time for reflection. What did you learn in the last year? What patterns have you let go of? What rut did you get yourself out of? What was difficult about your year? How did you overcome that? What growth did you experience? Do you look at yourself and kind of see how much growth you made from January to December of the previous year? All of these inner reflections, this kind of shadow work, this introspection is necessary at this time of year to sort of like catapult you forward, get you ready for the year ahead so that you can shoot yourself forward, that as you come into spring and you can start to blossom yourself out, and then into the summer, you are ready to just attack the year. You perhaps use this time to learn what you learned from the year before and know going forward what you want to do, what you don't want to do, who or what you don't want to be involved with, who or what you really, 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 really want to bring into your life, what opportunity you're looking to seek, what are you looking to manifest into your life, what's in your mind that you want to bring into reality, all of these things are kind of your January zone. This is your emotional hoodie, journal, thoughts into reality, your introspection, to be proud of yourself for how far you came in that year, to pat yourself seriously on the back for the things that you went through, no matter how big, how small, how many, how little, it doesn't matter. To you, it meant something, it meant a lot, and to you, it was yours. You own it. You went through it. So you need to give yourself like a little pat on the back, make yourself a little medal in your emotional hoodie, and you sit there and you start to prepare. What do you want 2025 to look like? What do you want the outcome of that year to be? If you're a goal setter, if you're that kind of a person, start writing those goals down. Get them written down. What do you want? What do you want from 2025? What are you hoping for? What do you wish for? What's impossible that you want to give it a bash and try and reach that impossible dream? Why not? Anything's possible. You can make amazing things happen. You are magic. You are absolutely a magical human being that can make anything happen. You can bring things into existence that weren't there before. You can do this. Write them down. Bring them into reality inside your emotional hoodie of January. And in that time, you start to break yourself forward. Self-care is key. Absolutely key. We are talking journaling those feelings out, because you are going to feel frustrated. You are going to feel trapped. You are going to feel quite claustrophobic, because again, I am speaking from a UK perspective, but I am generally to all countries speaking about a winter perspective here as well. You're going to feel quite claustrophobic, quite oppressed by the darkness and the gloom. But good news is that the winter solstice is just around the corner for us, and we will start very slowly. The days will start to get longer. It's only by a nano at a time, but we will get there. Try and keep that in mind, that you are always going one step closer and one step closer to get into a lighter day, longer day, which to us means so much. We need that light. So journal those feelings out. We're talking all of the feelings, the good stuff, the manifestation, the dreams, the goals, the wants, the wishes, the opportunities, but we're also talking all the bad stuff. We're talking all the frustration, the fears, the doubt, the annoyances, the irritations. Get them all out, because if they're not here or here, then you are not carrying it round with you every minute of every day. Secondly, now, did I say number one or did I say A? I can't remember. Am I going to be that person that goes A and then 2? I can't remember. Let's go with 2. So, secondly, I always say, as you know, cleanse, 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 cleanse. Always good. Not only is it hygienic, it's necessary, it helps you mentally, helps you physically, but it also is just an aura cleanse. Get everyone's shit off of you. Every time you walk outside, you are picking up debris of other people. You just want that stuff off. Get it off. Cleanse. Imagine yourself under the water and you are washing it all away. Your aura is clean. You're washing that debris down the sink, down the drain. If you visualize it whilst you do it, it does help a lot. But just the sheer act of being under the shower or in a bath will get that off of you. Because again, if we're all miffed in January and we're all a bit scared and we're all a bit fearful, we're all frustrated and everything else, everyone you bump into, everyone you walk past, everyone you have an interaction with, everyone you stand behind in a line at the supermarket, you are picking up their debris from their aura, from how they are feeling. And you carry that with you and you keep those vibes yourself. They're not yours. They don't belong to you. So you might all of a sudden go from a decent mood to like raging and you don't understand why. Because you picked up someone else's vibes and they are now on you. Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. It's also a really great way in the winter to just warm yourself up. Keep your body warm, keep your body clean. Cleanse. 3. Not great for going outside and grounding, like literally feet, shoes off, socks off, stick your feet in the ground. It depends on how you feel about it. Some people do not mind the feel of mud and squelch in their feet. If that's the case, get your butt outside, get your shoes and socks off, feet into the ground, and just breathe as you connect back onto the earth and into nature and ground your entire body. You're grounding your root chakra, you're connecting, you're going to feel more secure, more safe as you stand in the world. Now, don't like the squelch, don't like sticking your feet in the mud, not a problem at all. If you're nowhere near a beach, the sea, anywhere that you feel comfortable taking your shoes and socks off, you don't have to physically ground. You can visualize it. And you can sit, lay, do it at bedtime when you're lying down or when you wake up in the morning. And you just close your eyes, 3 nice deep breaths, just cleanse yourself out. And then visualize roots growing through the base of your feet, ever so slowly, just growing, growing, growing. And as they stretch out from wherever you are, doesn't matter where you are in the house, just visualize them going down into the earth and connecting. Travel them as far down into the center of the earth as you can so that they connect to the earth and ground you. This visualization is actually really beautiful. I absolutely love it. And to be perfectly honest, if I do it lying down, I get so kind of caught up in it. It tends to pop me to sleep. So in my eyes, it's just a wonderful one to connect as I start to fall asleep. If I can't get out and put my feet on the ground, literally, grounding is necessary. Sorry, the light keeps going out. We need that grounding. We need to feel like we are grounded. We need to feel that we are rooted, because without it, we're just floating. And that panics us, that unnerves us. We don't feel good like that at all. That connection to nature, to Mother Earth, is necessary for us as human beings. We really need to feel that. So, number 3, in the emergency January kit is grounding. We've got the journaling, we've got the grounding, we've got the cleansing the aura. The 4th one is meditation of any sort that you can. Now, you all know I suck at meditation on my own. I'm just so crap at it. I really am. But guided meditation for me works beautifully. I love it. I absolutely love it. I drift away to it. I can really sink myself into it. And I think it's probably because I've taken away the pressure of knowing that I'm not very good at meditation. So instead of sitting there worrying about the fact that I'm doing a really poor job and it's not working, the guided meditation just takes me away and takes that pressure off. So basically I can float away listening to somebody else's words. Now, however you do it, whether you do it yourself, whether you do it with music on or in silence, or whether you're in an amazing yoga pose whilst you do it, or whether you're actually just sat on a chair or lying flat on your back, it doesn't matter at all. This is your show. You run it how you want to run it, and you do it how you feel that you need to do this. Whatever works for you, whatever fits for you. If you can't do a lengthy one, split it up into lots of little ones. Do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes here. Literally, whatever works for you. But that meditation is just going to bring you a little bit of peace and calm. Because it doesn't matter what your situation is. It doesn't matter if you have a partner, a spouse, children, a really hectic corporate job, whether you have a very relaxed job, maybe you're unemployed. It doesn't matter who you live with either. It's going to be a crazy time. We're going to be quite frustrated no matter what. Probably quite frustrated with people at that point as well. So meditation will just bring us back into our heart center, and it will just bring us a little bit of mental clarity. So again, you can use it in one of two ways: relaxation, peace, calm, or you can use it on the other side for things like mental clarity. So if you're struggling with a thought, struggling with a prospect, you've got a question, you don't know the answer to it, you need some clarity, meditation is a great time for that as well. Having that mental clarity avoids things like uber frustration, because if we don't know what it is we need or want or we're trying to do, we become equally as frustrated as we do with everything else. The last thing we need to do is add more shit on our plate at that point. So we've got those in our starter kit. Now, whatever your self-care routine is, this is what you need to work with. So it's really easy for us to slip into, I'm going to stare through the television. I do it all the time. And I find that this is one of my key little signals for when I'm suffering intense burnout, and I'm not too sure that it's there yet, but my little warning light is staring through a television like a zombie for hours. I'm sure if someone took a photograph of me, it would be the most unattractive thing I've ever seen in my life. Because I just do. I zombie out, like everything's just washed out. I'm not even paying attention. It's quite appealing, the concept of doing that. And to an extent, we also kind of convince ourselves, like, oh, in the summer I'm so busy. And, like at this time of year, I'm like so busy. So it's really nice in the winter to sit down and do absolutely nothing and watch TV. So my advice to you, as long as you are actually watching and enjoying the thing that you are watching, watch away. Call it self-care, because it can be. Enjoying something is self-care. Time to yourself to watch something can be self-care, just like reading a book or doing something similar. If you are staring through it, if you are not paying any attention, if you're only putting it on to fall asleep to it, or worse, you're not enjoying it, but you're still watching it, or worse than that, it's stressing you out and you are still watching it, it's time to pick up the remote control, turn it off, and find a new activity. It's easy for us to go into a lazy mode. Hibernation, it's not lazy. It's different to lazy. Hibernation is almost primal. It's necessary to recoup. Lazy is very different to that. So you are looking for relaxed, chill, mellow, mega mellow. I'm really, really happy about it. And those are fine. So that might be, I suppose, at this side of the year, that would be like a Christmas movie with a cup of hot cocoa and your fluffy socks and a blanket. That's happy. That's, I'm going to watch this and I'm super, super happy about it. I really feel like, oh, I'm amazing. January's version won't be a Christmas film. It probably won't be hot chocolate, but your own version of that, that's okay. If it makes you that happy and that content and kind of in that heart space, you really feel that, then that's no problem. If it's not, find a new activity. Reading is an amazing thing for December to do. It really is. Even if you're not a book lover, try audiobooks as well, because that works too. Especially if you're really busy, try audiobooks. I picked that one up this year. I haven't picked up too many physical books this year compared to last year where I picked up loads. This year I looked and kind of went, oh my God, and realized that actually there is a solution to this. I could listen when I'm walking, when I'm moving around, when I'm doing the housework, when I'm cleaning, when I'm this and that and the other. I could put my headphones on and just listen to someone tell me the story. this was a really, really great solution for me this year to get a couple of books in that I hadn't really considered a way to find a way to read it. So reading is a really good activity. Journaling is necessary as an activity. If you can tap into your creativity in this period during January, so everyone has creativity in them. It's a matter of finding what it is. So if you know what your creativity is, tap into that and try and use that to keep your mind going, to keep your body moving a little bit, whether that's cooking, learning a new recipe, trying something new, perhaps cooking for someone. It could be painting or drawing or anything, any form of art or dance or music, or you name it. Creativity comes in so many forms. Photography, gardening. Okay, not so easy to do the gardening thing in January, of course, but I do also appreciate that there probably is some preparation involved in gardening at this time of year, preparing for, springtime and so on. So maybe it does work for you. But tapping into your creativity keeps those sort of brain juices flowing and keeps you going as well, because creativity sparks all of us. It brightens us up. It makes us more lively. It makes us more happy. Makes us more fun as well, because most creativity kind of taps into an inner child within you. So it's usually somewhere deep within. If we really get deep into the shadows, it's the creativity that you are able to do usually connects to something with your inner child in the past as well. So tapping into that inner child, especially in a month like January, there's nothing wrong with that. Feel like a child. It's wonderful. Colouring, brilliant one for that. Get colouring. I love nicking my kids' pens and doing a bit of colouring. I don't even buy adult colouring books. I just use theirs. They're brilliant. Or Google it. Colouring pages for adults. Lovely. Know people that do Zen colouring. Amazing. Mandalas. Brilliant. Sorry about this light. Honestly, I think I've just worked out something I need to fix. Ready for the next time that I actually do have a video. It's a learning journey. All of it. It's a learning journey and progress and everything else. It's always the same thing. I learn as I go. I don't have time to sit and learn everything as a whole and start beautifully and perfectly. No, I am a work in progress. So I know what I will learn for next time is how to keep a light on the whole time I'm recording. I promise. That's a promise from me. So winter is not a curse. It feels like it, but it's not a curse. December, overwhelming and noisy and can always be too much or never enough of something. And I just need you all to realize that you are perfect. You are wonderful. And just keep going and doing what you do. Use your emergency toolkit if you feel that you are overwhelmed, you are burnt out, you are fed up, you've had enough. Use that emergency toolkit. Get the journal out, meditate, ground yourself, cleanse your aura. These are basic tools. Add yours as you see fit. Make your tool bag bigger with the things that work for you so well. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Don't let the media tell you that you are not doing enough, and do not let people convince you that their lives are perfect. They are not. And that is okay. We are not intended to be perfect. None of us are perfect, and we are not supposed to be, because I tell you what, if we were all perfect, we would be boring as hell. The fact that we are imperfect is actually what makes us so interesting and makes us all very different people to each other and so fascinating. So stick at it. Keep at it, keep going, one foot in front of the other. Enjoy this period as best you can. Be present in the moment with the people that you love. Put your boundaries in place for things that you don't want to do. It's difficult, it's hard, and even if you can't manage it this year, maybe make it a goal for next year that you will put boundaries where you say, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Or I'm sorry, I don't want to travel and do that. I don't want to do this on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and so on and so forth. Those boundaries are very important. And as long as they are said with love and they are said from the heart and they're not said with malice, you are not doing anything wrong, and it is not selfish to set those boundaries for yourself and for your sanity and for your family and their sanity too. This is where we are at. Don't let the winter kick your bum. Don't let Christmas turn you into a gibbering mess, because you are wonderful and you are doing great and you are enough for everybody, especially those that you love. You are enough. Just you is enough. So don't get sucked into it. Take deep breaths. Very nice, deep, cleansing breaths. And remember, the best one to really go for, if you're stuck, is box breathing. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, and repeat as necessary. Repeat that for, honestly, as long as you need to repeat that. And I think that's probably about it for today. I'm just so happy to be back. I really am so happy to be back. And I wish you all, no matter where you are and no matter what you believe in, I wish you all the most amazing festive period, Christmas and New Year alike. And I really cannot wait until I make the next episode, which admittedly now will be after Christmas, as I am now going to shut down all operations from a crystal clear mind and from our catering company and from absolutely everything. Everything now is stopping so that we can just be with our family and be present in the moment. So I wish you all the most amazing time. I will be posting up a full moon post for tomorrow. I will be doing a very brief full moon podcast for tomorrow, so you can catch up on that. And then I will be releasing a pre-recorded episode that I did with the lovely Rosemary Cunningham, which will be coming out on Friday next week that makes it the 20th, I think it is. And from there, guys, we are going to leave you for Christmas, and I will be back with you in the new year for a new episode. Until then, mwah, big love to you all.